Hey guys, it's Richard, and this is going to be a little bit of a mixed video. There's going to be a few things. I just wanted to start off with a couple of apologies. Now, the first one, if a few people watched my Road to Max Cape, my episode 5, my Road to Max Cape video, and complained that there was quite a lot of static in the background, and I personally didn't actually experience this, but I'm really sorry if this did actually happen to you, but this was actually not my fault. This was a YouTube thing. I did actually have it on a couple of videos, and what I found basically just don't watch the video for like 3 or 4 hours and then you come back and it's suddenly fine again. So that wasn't actually a fault of my own, that was YouTube, but I'm sorry that it did happen to some people. Second of all, is it has been quite a while since I've actually uploaded a video. Now this is it's around Christmas and everything, so a number of factors affected my usual uploading schedule. I know usually I like to get videos out daily, but this simply wasn't possible over the last few days. I haven't really been able to play RuneScape. A couple of days I literally was on 10 minutes, and then there have been a couple of days where I haven't played at all. But I've been doing, what I'm going to do now, I've got a few spare days. I know it is Christmas in a few days, but I'm going to do my best to sort of get videos out and everything. And speaking of which, the background in this video is literally just me doing the Stray in a Manger Christmas event. Now, on to another part of this video that I wanted to talk about. Now, as you might know, or you might not know, I'm quite a big fan of ranting. I'm British, I love to complain, that's just how I am. So if you don't really want to listen to a video for me complaining, then you might want to not watch the rest of the video. But I'm not going to try and be entirely negative, but I'm going to do my best to stay positive. But obviously there are things I do just want to complain about, because I just want to voice some opinions and I want to get them on video. I just want to see if anyone actually agrees with my points of view. Now, my first thing is actually the homepage posts. I know this has been a topic that's been covered loads, and everyone has always that argument has been completely exhausted. But when I came back after a few days break, I wanted to see if this Stray in a Manger thing had been released. So I looked on the homepage, and it was all your usual crap about Solomon's store and the squeal and everything. And so I just assumed it hadn't been released. And then I saw all these sort of Christmassy things in game that I just assumed were this new Christmas event. And so I was like, wait, why wasn't that on the homepage? So I went down and I clicked on the news, view all news, and then it wasn't even on the second page. It wasn't until the third page. I think there were 12 news articles that were more recent than the Stray in a Manger news post. And no one that doesn't log on every single day is even going to notice that event has been released. It's terrible. Whoever is putting out those news posts, they need to be sacked. It is just appalling. I really, really do not agree with that. But I sort of muddled through a few of the news posts. Most of it was your general sort of crap. But the most important thing that a lot of people have been talking about is this RuneScape Premier Club. And basically it goes against Jagex's age-old belief of you should not be able to spend extra IRL money and get benefits in-game, besides membership obviously. But I mean, this year it's just been a huge thing against that anyway, with the Squeal of Fortune and Solomon's. Obviously Solomon's is mostly cosmetic, but it really annoyed me when I was reading it. Now, I think it's kind of cool that you can buy membership in advance and get it cheaper. That makes sense to me. A lot of MMOs do that. World of Warcraft does that, and it works pretty successfully. I mean, if you're a loyal player, it saves you money, and I think it's a really good idea. But I didn't like it when I read and found out what the sort of different things you got. There are things like 10% discount on Solomon's general store. Now, I actually read through this. I read a few forum posts, and basically this isn't actually at all what you think it is. It's just the 10% discount that all members get anyway. But if you buy the silver or gold package in this Premier Club, you get 1 extra daily spin on the Squeal of Fortune. I actually sat down and worked out what this was, because this essentially means you're going to be getting 365 extra spins. That's if you log on every single day, which obviously there are going to be days when you can't, but people generally log on for at least 5 minutes every day and get their daily spins. And I worked it out, and this is almost £70 worth of extra spins. That's about $100, maybe a little bit more than $100, and that is a lot. I mean, that is a lot of money. So I know a lot of people might find that that's unfair, that people are getting that extra benefit. But this actually brings on to another point that I'm just going to discuss later on, but I'm just going to continue on with the features. The next thing, basic paladin armor. Yeah, I'm not bothered by that. It's just cosmetic, doesn't matter. Priority access to 2013 closed betas. Once again, I'm not overly bothered. It's the loyal players that are going to buy this sort of thing, and they're the ones that care far more about the game's infrastructure. So they're going to be the people that offer the really good input to these betas. So that's not a massive thing. I'm not too bothered. And the next thing that is this: you get extra rune coins. If you buy the silver package, you get 500 free rune coins, which is kind of a lot. It's not a huge amount of money when I worked it out, but it's still a fair amount. Then if you get the gold, you get 2,000 free rune coins. 2,000 is quite a lot. I worked that out. I think that one worked out as about £30. It might have even been more. I can't actually remember. I made a post on the forums. It wasn't not a thread, just a post on someone else's thread, and I found it kind of ridiculous, like how much it all worked out. And then just extra cosmetic stuff that I'm not bothered, and then this extra paladin armor if you get the gold one. It's just basically it. And there's just the other bits are kind of irrelevant crap, like quarterly Premier Club newsletter with exclusive news and offers. Like, I'm sorry, but exclusive news, that'll be out within like an hour, so that's not important. Offers, maybe that kind of could have impact, like things that cheaper on the Solomon General Store, that kind of stuff that people might get upset about. But I mean, most of that stuff isn't too upsetting. The things that are a bit stupid are the extra spins and the rune coins. Now, although I have been ranting like against the whole idea of this bronze, silver and gold, and I think like Jagex should really think about how it affects the players, but then you've got to look at it on the flip side, and it does actually save people a hell of a lot of money. I did this calculation on the forums, as I said, and the gold membership costs, I think it works out as £45, which that's really not that much, is it? I mean, £45 for a whole year's worth of membership. You're going to be spending about £60 if you're doing it by credit card with the new prices anyway. So that's not. I mean, that's kind of cool that it's cheaper, but I mean, it's the way that everything is like unbelievably. You get loads of money worth of stuff. Like, it's about £200 to £250 worth of stuff for £45. You can, if anyone like sort of knows the general exchange rate to dollars, you can work that out approximately. But I mean, that's a pretty stupid like giveaway, really, when you think about it. From a business point of view, that is a really, really bad idea, because they're basically giving away free stuff. And I know that like loads of people think, oh, that's kind of nice, they're actually giving away stuff and they're giving stuff to loyal members. But I'm going to think of this from them as a business's point of view. So first off, they're going to be losing money in the long term. They might get a big influx of money now, but in the long term, they're going to be losing crazy amounts of money. So they really, I expect they have thought about this. But now I'm thinking what this might mean is, are they trying to get money for a big project at the moment? Like maybe RuneScape 3. I know a lot of people are quite excited about that. But I mean, that will be a big project, so they need a hell of a lot of money for it. So maybe they need that extra money for that. But if they're assuming that they're going to lose this long revenue in the future, then maybe this new thing is going to be released pretty soon. I mean, this could equally be Transformers Universe, but it's just a bit weird when you think about it all, like how much money they will be losing. So maybe the membership for RuneScape 3 won't be tied in with this Premier Club stuff. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it isn't. And so you've got this Premier Club, and you've got basically a year's worth of membership with RuneScape 2, but you still have to buy additional membership for RuneScape 3. That is the new Jagex. That is the sort of thing they would do. So that's kind of outrageous thing that I expect they would do. But I mean, in all, I'm not entirely sure how I stand on this. I mean, I don't know whether it's a good thing or not. I don't actually have the spare money at the moment to spend on these extra packages, but if I had the money, maybe I would buy the gold thing. But I mean, I'm not really bothered about the cosmetic crap and the rune coins. I mean, maybe I would consider buying the bank boosters, but at the same time, I'd feel dirty. I'd feel disgusted at myself for buying it, so I don't know whether I'd like to or not. The extra spin, once again, it's kind of like buying spins, and that's one thing I've always been really, really against. I think it's really bad. But the one thing that would perhaps sway me is the access to the betas. I mean, that is kind of cool. I mean, I genuinely would like to be able to log on to see game content before it's released. I mean, it'd be kind of good from a YouTuber's point of view as well. So I could say that not only would I be able to offer input on what could be changed, but at the same time, I'd be able to sort of show people this is actually what the game is like. I don't know if there would be like weird clauses that meant you couldn't tell people, but I mean, that would be something that's kind of cool. So maybe I'll consider buying the silver thing if I had the money. I mean, it's not actually too much. I think it'd work out. It's probably about 25 quid. Which I could easily probably save up a little bit and spare that sort of cash. So just for the sake of getting access to these betas. And also, I suppose on the positive side, this means there will be betas. So there is going to be new content released. And I guess this means that they approved of the feedback they got from the Evolution of Combat beta. So in all, that could be a good thing. But very mixed opinions with this whole update. And I'm not entirely sure whether or not I agree with it. But still, You know, it could be good, could be bad. I guess we'll see how it pans out in the future with these betas and things. But I just don't like the idea that there are other people, perhaps every day, that are going to be getting an extra spin. I know that the Squeal of Fortune is crap and you never get any money from it, but it's small things, you know, that annoy me. I mean, 365 extra spins, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of real world money. But anyway, sorry, this has been a bit of a negative video, as I was trying to avoid in the end, actually. But oh well. In future, I will try and avoid these sort of negative videos, but I will actually be releasing something that hopefully you'll enjoy tomorrow. I don't know whether or not you'll find it a good thing, but if you ever heard of the RuneScape from scratch series, then I will actually be. I have a few videos that me and a friend have recorded, so that could be exciting. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you haven't been too put off my videos by this sort of negative video that I've done today. But I just felt like voicing some opinions and all that. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.